In the autumn of 2007, a local family from Mataró won a charity raffle organized by UNICEF and a Spanish newspaper. The prize was a simple photo shoot inside the Camp Nou dressing room, where their 6-month-old infant was randomly paired with a player for a calendar. That player was 20-year-old Lionel Messi. He was still years away from his first Ballon d'Or, yet already established as the most promising talent in Barcelona's history. The infant in the bathtub was Lamine Yamal. At 18, he is now leading the Spanish attack in a World Cup quarterfinal, fulfilling a historical coincidence that few could have predicted. This wasn't a scripted passing of the torch, but a statistical anomaly that saw football's most iconic figure holding the child who would eventually succeed him on the world stage. Today, that trajectory leads to SoFi Stadium. Spain enters this quarterfinal as the most efficient team in the tournament. Under Luis de la Fuente, the national team has moved away from the passive possession of the previous decade, adopting a style that is significantly more direct and vertical. This shift has resulted in a level of defensive efficiency that defies standard tournament expectations. Spain is currently suppressing high-quality chances at a rate that is statistically abnormal for this level of competition. Understanding how this system functions requires looking at the specific math of their defense and the one opponent that has configured its lineup to target their gaps. Spain's 0 conceded goals against 1.3 expected isn't luck, it's structural prevention. Their 4-3-3 prioritizes positional play, using a high line and constant circulation to deny rhythm. Anchored by a single pivot, Spain creates passing angles to move the ball out of pressure. Rodri is the specialist for this role. His ability to read passing lanes and distribute quickly ensures that the center of the pitch remains congested for opponents and open for Spain. While Rodri provides the stability, the system relies on an isolated threat on the wing to turn that possession into goals. Lamine Yamal is a tactical outlier. Averaging 8 dribble attempts and completing nearly 4 per match places him among the most prolific teenagers in World Cup history. Strikingly, his individual successful dribbles represent 40% of the entire United States team's total. Spain unleashes this ability by using an overlapping fullback. This movement forces the opposing left back into a dilemma: commit to the overlapping runner and leave Yamal isolated, or stay with Yamal and allow a free cross from the wing. Pedro Porro is the player tasked with making these runs. His constant movement beyond the ball is what allows Yamal the space to cut inside and use his favored left foot. Opponents are caught between two fires: the central control of Rodri and the constant isolation of Yamal on the flank. Belgium's 4-2-3-1 formation directly confronts Spain's structure. Their double pivot creates a physical 2-versus-1 advantage, crowding Rodri to disrupt ball circulation. Additionally, Charles de Ketelaere drops deep as a false 9, baiting center-backs out of position, leaving a highlighted gap for vertical runners. Pau Cubarsí is the defender forced to react. His tendency to step forward aggressively makes him the specific target of Belgium's deep dropping forwards. Waiting for that gap is Romelu Lukaku. His vertical movement into the space behind the defense has resulted in goals in his last 3 appearances. Belgium configured its personnel to press exactly where the Spanish midfield is thinnest, creating Spain's most significant defensive test yet. Faster, more urgent tone. If Belgium successfully executes these transitions, they will end Spain's record-setting run of clean sheets and completely shift the tournament's momentum. If Spain prevails, it cements Yamal's transition from a historical curiosity in a photograph to the central figure of a team dominating global football.